Mazuma Boxing here with another video. Okay, I was looking through an article on Boxing Scene. Shout out to Boxing Scene, one of the best websites to catch your latest boxing news. Um, Today, when being interviewed by the press, Saul Canelo Alvarez's trader Eddie Reynoso snapped on the media when he had been hearing that he had been that Canelo had been getting criticized about not facing Triple G in such a timely manner. Yeah, Eddie Reynoso, he snapped. He said that who has Triple G beaten, and that Uh, Canelo has fought a lot of good fighters in order to prepare him to be a champion. And it was beautifully said by Eddie Reynoso. I liked what he said because a lot of people are putting Triple G on a pedestal that he can be on, but he hasn't proved yet. He hasn't been proved to be worthy of that pedestal that he has been placed on. Um, you know, uh, and do I totally agree with what Canelo trainer Eddie Reynoso is saying? I mean, somewhat, but to an extent, it's like Canelo's resume isn't like that great either. Um, I mean, he has fought some quality opponents. Like if you look down the list right here, which I'll show you guys right now, he has an upcoming fight with American quality name, even though it's not. He is a name, but not at the weight that they are fighting at. Canelo has yet to prove himself at such a high weight class. Um, he's fought Miguel Cotto, a multi-division champion, first Puerto Rican fighter to first Puerto Rican fighter, I believe, to get so many belts in certain amount of weight classes. I forgot what it was, but he made history after being Sergio Martinez, devastating puncher, and has great boxing ability, and he was able to beat him. It was his most impressive win thus far. James Kirkland, after destroying Glenn Tapia, James Kirkland goes on. He beats James Kirkland, a real one of the most exciting fighters in boxing. It gets a brutal knockout after James Kirkland continued to come forward even after Canelo had been hurting him. Right here, Landy Lara from the School of Cuban Boxing. The guy is a huge talent. Um, but had been robbed a lot. I think he got a draw with Carlos Molina. A lot of people debate whether. A lot of people say that he had won that fight. A lot of people say he lost. He had a draw with Vanez Martirosyan. A lot of people say he won that fight. And then he had lost to Paul Williams, which was absolutely bullshit because that had been when Paul Williams had returned after getting brutally knocked out by Sergio Martinez. I believe they fought at Atlantic City. And Landy Lara was landing devastating straight lefts, considering that he's a southpaw, and you know, and that he had gotten robbed basically. And I believe he got robbed in this fight too. I think Landy Lara had actually beat Canelo, but he was awarded the decision for winning some of the late rounds. Um, Even though Landy Lara did outbox him a majority of the rounds, that's just my opinion. But he won that fight against another quality fighter. Fought Alfredo Angulo. I don't know too much about the guy, but he was a tough fighter from all that punishment he was taking from Canelo. I'll tell you that. I know he also fought Arizona De Lara. He got stopped by Lara as well. He pretty much gave up. He was a quitter, but it was a good comeback fight. Lost to Floyd Mayweather Jr., which is no shame in doing because Mayweather has beat anybody that has been in front of him so far. And he fought Austin Trout, Josecito Lopez, Shane Mosley, Kermit Cintron, Alfonso Gomez, Matthew Hatton, which was a pretty beat Baltimore. Jose Miguel Cotto's brother. Canelo has a pretty solid resume now that I really look at it. And I think Eddie Reynoso has every right to come at Triple G's resume because Triple G hasn't really fought anyone. A lot of the people, I don't think that, you know, I just think that Canelo is a more experienced fighter. And like I said before, I think Eddie Reynoso has every right to say what he said because Golovkin really hasn't fought in anybody that that prove that makes him show to be proven. You know, you know. I don't know. I just completely agree with what Eddie Reynoso's saying. Now that I've looked over the resume, do you think that Triple G has fought nobodies? Would you guys like to enlighten me on Triple G on who he had fought? I know. Let me see. I look through his shit right now. Gennady Golovkin. Okay, 34-0, 31 knockouts. Pretty impressive. Gonna fight Dominique Wade. His most impressive victory so far have been over David Lemieux, a fighter. They both have a commonality in fighting was Gabe Rosado, and David Lemieux is actually able to drop Rosado. But Triple J had fought Gabe Rosado when he had the flu, still able to get the decision. I mean, the stoppage. He fought Willie Monroe Jr. Um, stopped him as well. Martin Murray stopped him. Marco Antonio Rubio, he had given up. Daniel Gill. He's fought like certain Ashita, Gabe Rosado, another tough fighter. I mean, he's fought people, but those people aren't like really like, you know, these people aren't on the level of the people that Canelo has faced. Um, so I do think that Eddie Reynoso has some justification in the things that he has said. Um, you guys, let me know what you think. Do you think Eddie Reynoso is entitled to saying what he says? Is he isn't? Let me know what you guys think. This is Mazuma Boxing, and we out of here.